What's up guys, welcome to this episode of Millennial Men Explains. Today we're going to be talking more grammar. Today we're talking the basic uses of the semicolon. Chase helps me edit my papers a lot, and he kind of taught me how to use the semicolon. It makes everything flow much nicer, makes me sound more elegant. So today we're going to talk about the basic uses of the semicolon.
Now these are going to be the three basic uses. They're not all uses, but they're going to be the most common ones you're going to see in your writing. So the first one, which is definitely the most common, is when you're going to link two independent clauses, related ideas, together in one sentence. So an example would be, some people work out with kettlebells, others use dumbbells.
So could I technically put a period here and have these just be completely separate? Some people work out with kettlebells, period. Other people use dumbbells. And then
you could do that, but that is, one, it's physically separating them, and two, using it in this way with the semicolon puts them on equal weight and within the same sentence and just flows better for the reader.
Absolutely, keeps them together.
Now the second use of it is going to be when you're using it in between items in a list or a series. And there's going to be a couple examples of this. So the first one is when you're naming people and something about them, or things and something about those things. So Chase, a teacher, Brian, a fitness instructor, and Jeremy, an engineer, are all millennial men. A common mistake is to put a comma where the semicolons are, but you don't want to do that because these are three independent things in a list, and then you want to continue on with that.
So just the explanation of a person. So Brian, a fitness instructor, Jeremy, an engineer,
or a thing,
separate
like,
but together.
An apple which was ripe, a banana which was out of season. All these things. Whatever.
Cool.
It doesn't have to be people, but if you are using a comma and then describing them before you go on to the next thing in the list, you want to put a semicolon.
Okay, cool. Now, why didn't you put a semicolon right after engineer to finish off Jeremy and engineer, semicolon, are all millennial men?
Because the end of the list is going to conclude with Jeremy and engineer, and because you don't have any more lists after that to separate these, like these are being separated between, you just want to continue on with the sentence. The third most common use of the semicolon is going to be when linking independent clauses with coordinating conjunctions. So an example would be, most people work out with kettlebells, dumbbells, and barbells, semicolon, but others, for whatever reason, use suspension training.
Now, similar to this one, could I put a period here and have this be separate clauses?
You shouldn't put a period there because a basic rule in writing is you don't want to start a new sentence with a coordinating conjunction, and those can be and, but, or, nor, so, yet.
Okay.
And so you don't want to use it for that reason. And two, you want to use the semicolon here, like in this one, because you have a series of commas in it, and you don't want to be mixing those up with either another comma or a period.
Okay, cool.
Now, although this is written in all caps, one really important thing to note is that directly after using the semicolon, you do not need to capitalize the first letter after that like you would with a new sentence. Just make sure to keep the sentence flowing as is.
Cool, so that's the basic uses of a semicolon. Hope that helps your writing sound more elegant and flow a little bit better.